In this episode, we're talking about a WNBA streak, and it's not what you think.
And on the flip side, is the TikTok search bar the worst part of social media right now? And whoever said playing video games isn't healthy clearly didn't know you can play Fortnite while riding your bike. Mike, hit the music.
Welcome back to your neighbor's dog's favorite podcast, the Funny Business Podcast. My name is Mike Gambito. Alongside with me is my best friend, my roommate for life, Mr. Matt Summers. Matt, how are you? How are things?
Ready to roll, ready to roll, ready to roll, ready for a great episode. It is quite literally your neighbor's dog's favorite podcast. I would think dogs would like our show.
How many dogs, how many neighbors, how many dogs does your neighbor have?
Well, right now, there's a few people in the apartment that have dogs, which is funny because the lease says no.
Oh,
how that works. Yeah.
Our neighbor has 3.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What kind of dogs?
2 black labs, and I forget the name of the other one, but it's like really, it's spotted, gray hair, dark hair.
Siberian Husky.
You know what? I'm going to Google it while...
Yeah.
Google's
always the answer. I'm so bad with dog breeds. Really, really.
Nope. Matt, a Siberian spotted. Really?
I just said a random dog breed. You actually thought I was serious?
If you just said a husky, I'd be like, no, Matt, that's not, no. Short tail with brown and black hair, small dog.
Great podcasting.
Yeah, whatever.
This is great podcasting.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Matt, for ruining the intro. All right, let's jump into topics.
How are you?
Unless there's any.
How are you?
Huh?
How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Great talk.
Awesome.
All right. Oh, God. All right. Let's jump into my topic, shall we?
Let's do it.
Matt, we're talking about sports today.
Sports.
Are you ready to talk about sports?
I'm ready to talk ball 24/7. Or puck. Or gloves.
All right. Keep going.
Javelin. Pole vaulting.
Okay.
Jumping.
Okay.
Triple jump. Yeah, that's it.
All right. How about sex toys?
I'm not always ready to talk sex toys.
Oh, okay. I told you we were talking about sports.
I thought you wanted to talk about sports.
Yeah, we're talking about sex toys.
How does that relate to sports?
Well, Matt, today, probably for the first time ever in the Funny Business Podcast, we are dedicating the first half of the show talking about the WNBA. Is this the first time Mr. Mike is aware of sports news compared to Mr. Matt?
I'm aware of what's happening. Also, let's make this clear. Not the first time we've talked about sex toys.
We have not. It's always been a banger, literally. So what has been happening, just to catch everybody up, because we all know how much of our viewers love watching the WNBA.
Yes.
So
yes. Just like us.
So there has been multiple incidents of sex toys thrown on the court during an WNBA game in the recent weeks. So there's been a few. 2 cases. Two cases in Atlanta, both July 29th and August 1st, which apparently one man was accused for both of those cases. We had it in Chicago, August 1st and August 7th. Los Angeles, August 5th. It nearly hit Indiana's Sophie Cunningham, apparently super popular. New York and Phoenix, incidents on July 29th and August 5th. They did not reach the court, however. And then a recent game was from the Atlanta Dream versus the Chicago Sky, where an object was thrown in the final seconds. So, Matt, you may ask yourself, what happens if I throw a sex toy onto a WNBA court? Take a wild guess.
I ask myself that question almost every day. Just kidding.
I bet you do.
I would assume you get kicked out. I would assume you get banned and potentially face legal issues.
So they kind of package it all into one. The arrests and charges, Atlanta and Phoenix, kind of had most of the updates. So Atlanta, the suspect was charged with disorderly conduct, criminal trespassing, public indecency, and indecent exposure. He had misdemeanor charges, potential $1,000 fine, or up to 12 months in jail for each of them. His public indecency and indecent exposure could require sex offender registration.
Oh my God.
But he claimed it was, quote, supposed to be a joke and meant to go viral. with the Phoenix suspect. It was an 18-year-old arrested for assault, disorderly conduct, and displaying explicit sexual material. He threw the object or the sex toy into the crowd, hit a spectator in the back, and said it was a trending prank and was tackled by one of your favorite volunteers at a sporting event.
Yeah, it definitely went viral. That part you did get correct.
So, Matt, you may be thinking to yourself, why is it easy to bring in a sex toy?
That's a good question. I am wondering that myself.
I got those answers just for the Funny Business Podcast. So, those items specifically, are non-metal, and so they evade the metal detectors. Obviously, it is difficult if it is concealed on the body, and the screening varies from arena to arena. Some places don't use bag checks, and then some other places don't do a full pat down.
I would hope they're not metal. Let's just start with that one. But
Yeah.
I would hope they're not.
Yikes.
It's dicey.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
That's true. You know what? That's a fair point. I would say the sporting event, probably the last place you sex toy.
Yes. I don't know why I was going to try to advocate for that, but yet I turned around, and that's what it's all about.
Unless maybe you're going to a Phillies-Yankees.
I saw that too.
That's out of pocket.
We don't need to go to that.
No.
That was a little weird. With the league and the team response, I guess they put this together because it's been happening so frequently. WNBA policy, a minimum of 1 year ban and the prosecution for throwing objects. The statement is that they're working with local and federal law enforcement to pursue arrests and felony charges where applicable. The Sparks were working to identify the LA incident perpetrator, and there are ongoing investigations with New York. And Matt, obviously the players are upset. Sophie Cunningham is just frustrated over impact on league's credibility. How are we ever going to get taken seriously? Cheryl Reeve, who was the Minnesota Lynx coach, called it part of the sexualization of women. Not funny, used to hold women down. And then Isabel Harrison from Liberty called on arena security to, quote, do better.
All of the above. Yeah, it's sexist. It's disgusting. No place in it. Never, as a sports fan, we should not ever throw anything on the court. Same thing with you can't just say whatever you want. Players can't throw things on the court. Of all things to throw at a WNBA game, that's probably the most vile thing you could throw on the court at them. It's demeaning, and there's just no room for that in sports.
And nothing like this is happening. I mean, NBA hasn't started yet, but you don't see this happening in an NBA game.
No, and the WNBA has had a lot of discourse in the last years, both good and bad, and the sport is growing, which is a good thing. However, with the growing of the sport, you don't need this to weigh it down, and you don't want this to be a big headline. There's a lot of good things going on in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Popularity is up, attendance is up, expansion teams, a lot of new stars and young players. You actually have a kind of I think I want to call it a good rivalry with Caitlin Clark and Angela Reese, and the discourse around that gets bad, but rivalries are good for sports, and that's good for it. So there's a lot of good things happening. So they are probably frantically trying to get this, not even an epidemic, but stop throwing dildos on the courts. Basically, it's also the only thing that is a little humorous is that the league meetings are now, how do we get dildos? It's not funny, but the fact that they're having this conversation is just crazy.
PSA, stop throwing dildos on the court. So Matt, somebody who has had experience in a sports setting before, that security is important, safety is important for the players, for the people who are there, guests, etc. With entry, obviously you want to make sure that the entry is speedy, does not create a lot of situations or problems that involve long waits and getting in. How does security, or should they more so? Should they ramp up screenings despite slower entry times? And if so, how do you do that?
In this case, it's a little difficult because it's not metal. So I know a lot of sport venues now might even be required to have professional, have to have metal detectors. So they do a good job of catching that stuff. Instances like this, check bags. I think that's always a big one. And I would assume these arenas are doing that as well. I don't know. There's no great way, like you said, without causing line delays, which is going to piss everybody else off. This better thorough inspection of bags. I mean, I know there's some. I think the NFL you have to have clear bags. Like you can't even bring in like a regular sized purse. It has to be a clear bag. That's a good way to get around something like this. It's easy to see through if you can't dig through everything. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. And security people, they do a hell of a job no matter where you go. And they deal with a lot of shit from people who have nothing to hide that are just bitching to the plane. They should get hit with a bitching fee on top of their ticket prices. That's a whole separate.
Yeah, just like me, where I was wondering why was I the only person out of our group of 5 to get searched.
And you know what? Maybe it's everybody has to go through a little extra. That's what you got to do.
I'm glad that they are obviously not that they wouldn't take it seriously, but obviously giving them minimum 1-year ban, pressing, the criminal charges or the prosecution of charging these individuals if they do, if they are proven guilty. But being able to really just focus on the game of basketball. And Matt, like you said, like WNBA is getting pretty popular, and these people that are probably throwing these items on the court are probably those weird jerks,
Sexists
that don't want the sport to grow. I mean, yeah, we make the joke that our audience doesn't listen to WNBA. I don't think our audience listens to a lot of sports, in my opinion. I mean, there's probably 1 or 2 in particular that they watch or listen to, but we see the growth, we see the potential. But again, I think it's going to be very tough to keep climbing when you have a lot of these opinions and a lot of these bad thoughts in the back of their head.
I think there's a very clear, easy way to stop this from happening. I mean, you're always going to have someone that's going to want to keep going, and at this point now, it's not, but it's turned into, in the eyes of the public, as like a running joke, like, oh, or like dildo and don't do it. Easy way to stop it is ban them for life, not a 1-year ban. Like nip it in the butt. That should be the rule for anything. If you throw something onto a field, doesn't matter what sport or onto the court, you should not be allowed to return at all, period. And that would stop a lot of these instances happening.
Yeah, it's like the guys who, during the World Series, Yankees-Dodgers, when the guys snatched the ball out of the Dodgers outfield's hands, and it's like...
And you know what? That guy was playing hard for his team. Maybe went a little too far as a Yankees fan. Well, I don't like to say I'm a Yankees fan right now, but as a Yankees fan, he went a little too far.
Yep.
There's a lot of people online, but not a lot of people, but I want to shout out, I think it's Big Cat from Part of My Take. He has a really great idea that would stop a lot of these interactions. Each player in every sport gets one instance to fight a fan. So like an instance, like either if they get screamed at or like, they throw something on the court, player can then go and fight the fan. It would stop a lot of people, because especially in like a lot of sports, like you're a small person and a big athlete comes up to you, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
We don't need another Malice at the Palace.
No, but it's just the idea that could happen. Like, would you heckle, if you're courtside at the NBA game, would you heckle an NBA player? No. No. Especially if they could kick your ass at any moment. Instant, on site.
Yeah. Again, very glad that they're taking action quickly, but I can agree there's probably more that they can do. But again, this might be, like you said, like this might be a recurring incident, but this might be a one-off incident for all we know. Like, it's just in a little pocket of crap that's happening.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, and we just need to appreciate the sport for what it is. Like I said, it's growing, and that would be the big thing we are all taking away.
Best of luck to the WNBA, continue their season, and hopefully nothing gets thrown on the court again.
Yeah, stop throwing dildos on the court. You know what? I disavow throwing dildos. Right there. There it is.
Just generally?
Yeah, no, don't throw dildos. That's what I'm disavowing.
Because Matt does that on the regular.
And with that, we are going to slide on in. Second half of the show. Before we dive into the segment, Mike, we're going to do Person of the Week. Any guess?
Is it Bryce Harper because you didn't redo your tack board again?
I did do my tack board. So we have a new candidate. We're actually winner of Person of the
Week. Okay. What field?
I guess it's technically. Yeah, it's sports.
Technically sports. So that
big news came out today.
Bob Manfred.
Oh, you know what? You're warm.
Oh, I am.
Not baseball, but you're warm.
Adam Silver.
No.
Am I in that category of commissioners?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
Roger
think you're going to
Goodell.
get
That's
this
the
fourth,
only
though.
person I haven't gotten. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go person of the week this week. Congratulations to Dana White. Dana White is the CEO, founder, president. I don't really know what his exact title is of the UFC. You see the UFC news today? It's huge news. It actually is like massive news.
It's so massive that I have no idea what's going on.
UFC is getting rid of their pay-per-view model.
Oh,
So they have struck a new deal with
ESPN?
CBS and
Oh.
Paramount.
Oh,
So you will still have to have Paramount Plus, it sounds like.
of course.
However, you will no longer have to pay an additional pay-per-view price for the UFC fights. So with ESPN Plus, you had to have ESPN Plus and then you had to buy the pay-per-view. No longer, which is a great move. Obviously, you still have to have Paramount Plus, and we'll see what the price of Paramount Plus goes up to now because of this. But it's a step in the right direction, I think.
I'm very intrigued that, on a side note, Hulu is being dissolved as an app.
I'm not familiar.
So right? It's Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. So you will not need a dedicated Hulu app anymore because you'll only be going to the Disney Plus app.
Oh, I could have seen that coming.
Yeah, right?
Yep, that's smart. Also, because of this UFC news, a lot of people are stealing my idea now and saying we need bundles of services, which, like I said, it's just cable at this point, different form of cable.
We get all the royalties.
Yes, all of them. What percentage royalties do you think Disney? 0.0001?
I think, yeah, still a decent amount.
And you know what? We'd make a lot of money. And on that note, we're going to slide on in second half of the show with some Say What. I am tired of seeing TikToks that the premise is about a current event or explaining another video on TikTok, but they don't actually explain what's going on or like what happened, and they just make a TikTok try to get views. Like we need the details. I understand you're going to make the content to get the views, but if you're talking about like a major current event and saying I can't believe this happened, and then you don't give any context, that's a waste. You just wasted my time.
Or like this user posted a video of themselves doing this, and like they don't really explain it because it's like too borderline non-descriptive, but like enough where it carries on the video. And it's like I saw that video, and that is totally not a good description of what happened.
Yeah, especially the people posting a video of them reacting to watching a video, but then you can't find that video because the TikTok search bar is absolutely useless.
Yep.
Yeah, it's, people don't talk about that enough. The TikTok search bar, hot garbage.
You have to be like, okay, so this actually happened to me recently. There was apparently a fight in a wave pool, and I don't know where specifically, but like TikTok now is like getting in the For You page of like having multiple angles of like one incident. So this fight that happened in the wave pool was recorded far away, like somebody at the beginning of the wave pool, and it was like nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, and then and then it just ended, but you really didn't see what happened. And then of course the comments like, oh well, I saw this person's POV. And then like you're trying to find it. And then I finally saw it. And I'm like, okay, this wasn't that bad of a fight. Like, come on. But I think that's the cool and worst thing about TikTok is like you see something once, you think it's so cool, but then you cannot find it for the life of you again unless you save it.
Yep. Which that's a function I don't do too much, like favoriting TikToks back. I also have a bad habit of like either sending you a TikTok or sending April a TikTok, and then I forget to like it. Or on the flip side, I like it and then I want to go back to send it. I don't know why I don't just send it right away. And then I forget to like it and I can't find the video.
I save videos only for Trent Miller, Speed Tour, #1, just to boost the algo for him. And I save tips, tricks, and like things that like are not I can do immediately, but I can do when I'm like either in front of a computer or like a piece of camera equipment. Like I'll do it then. Matt?
Yes.
I have an update.
I like updates. On?
Something that we experienced together.
Okay.
That we ended up doing a podcast in person together.
Oh. Okay.
And we talked a lot about this particular service place for the car.
Yes.
I have an update.
Okay.
So, and it's kind of getting obnoxious if you ask me. So, do you get texts and emails from this car service shop?
Oh, but I stopped going to that one. I go to a
Okay.
different location.
So they have been texting me and emailing me of a complimentary like synthetic oil
Mm.
and a car wash. At this price, it's always this price. And so it went through like a couple times, person texted, and I got a few emails. And last time I went was when I went with you, and that was back of November of 24. 23.
20. Yeah, I got my
Shit.
car November 24th.
Oh,
Shit,
man.
yeah, that's the last time. That's
a while.
crazy. That's crazy.
So the one time they texted me, same thing. I said, what did I say? I gotta pull it up. So I wrote them a review of my experience back then. I can't say I pulled a Karen, but obviously I was pretty descriptive of like servicemen said that there wasn't inspections, but somebody else was getting their car inspected, said there wasn't anybody there to do the inspection. It's kind of like, well, there's people there. So I obviously was very descriptive in that.
This is also the same day that I think my car was getting... No, my car is getting inspected too. That's the weird other part, I think. And then I had to buy a new tire or it wasn't going to pass.
Yeah. So it says, hi, Michael. Hope all is well. This service shop is offering you a synthetic oil change for $49.99 with a free car wash included for your car. Would you like to schedule an appointment for this exclusive promotion? My response is, no, thank you. I had a not so good experience the last time I was there and wrote it in a review with zero follow-up. Thank you for your time. And the person said, hey, I totally get where you're coming from. Sorry things didn't go well last time. If you ever want to chat or give us another shot, I'm here. I said, appreciate your reply. He goes, of course, if you ever change your mind or just want to ask something, just reach out. Wishing you a great day. So I was like, all right, that's not going to do it. I then get an email the next day and it said, Mr. Gambita. Okay. I'm reaching out to sincerely apologize for your service issues you experienced with car service shop. We understand how frustrating and disappointing this must have been, and we're truly sorry. We take full responsibility for any lack of communication and deeply regret the inconvenience caused. Since then, we've taken immediate steps to resolve the problem and have implemented additional safeguards to prevent it from happening again. As a token of our appreciation for your patience, we'd like to offer a complimentary oil change, tire rotation, and multi-point inspection. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have further concerns or if there's anything more we can do to help. Your trust means a lot to us, and we're committed to earning it back. But now I'm getting AI calls from this service shop.
Oh.
Yeah. My first time having like somebody on the phone using really artificial intelligence to like respond. And yeah, it's we're getting to that point now. It's like you're at a point where you're waiting for my response in a disruption email or a apologies email, but you're still calling and texting me about this service offer that you're doing.
Yeah, bad location. So I got my first car from them.
Yeah.
My second car, same brand, got a different one. The first dealership keeps emailing me saying my first car, which by the way, total is due for like appointments, service appointments. I don't know how that keeps happening. I don't respond. I just throw it right in the trash.
Yep.
And yeah, they're the worst.
So CRM's got to be updated, or you got to look at the system, being like, wait, he actually texted us back and said this. We should probably hold on the marketing channel for that.
Oh, also a year ago, would they respond to your email a year later?
Yeah,
more than a year later.
Donkulous.
Yep, you got to find a new dealership.
Yeah.
All right, my second one. This is a positive one. Yes, all positivity here. Hopefully, tournament golf is the best kind of golf. I was in a golf tournament this past weekend with my mother, my brother, and my uncle. None of us are phenomenal golfers. We went in knowing we're just gonna have a good time. We birdied the first hole. We're like, all right, this is kind of crazy.
Yep.
A couple holes later, still 1 under. Then we get to, let's just call it hole 4. My brother lips out for birdie. We're like, damn, that would have been nice. But like, whatever, we're still under par. And we birdie the next hole. We birdie the next hole. Then we birdie the next hole. Then we birdie the next hole. We birdied 4 holes in a row. It was a great time. My dad was our designated driver, so we got to indulge a little bit. This was the first time I ever got like pretty drunk on a golf course. That was a lot of fun. The stand that they had with hot dogs, they like the tournament people were making the hot dogs and grilling on the course. They had beer station there, and they also had a guy who had like a couple bottles of liquor. So we all did a shot of Brown Royal Apple, and then the guy just gave us the rest of the bottle. Take with us as we golf. Yeah, it was great. So then, anytime anyone hit a really good shot, they had to take a shot. And it
And you
was
still
just,
went 3 under.
we finished 3 under. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It was incredible.
Would you play a par 3 course?
No, it was legit course. For tournament golf is the best because when you're not a scratch golfer, like a really, really good golfer, it can get frustrating. But it's nice knowing that when like one of your teammates hits a good shot, like when my uncle would hit a really good drive, I would just let it rip off and I sliced it. But who cares? It doesn't matter because that's not the point.
Did you play best ball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what most.
Yeah, I just was like, did this happen? Did you play best ball? Like, what'd you do? Like,
It was a tournament golf and a really good like steak dinner after.
oh,
And we won. My mom won a raffle basket. My uncle won a raffle basket.
and did you win? Did you win a TV by chance?
No, they didn't have any TVs. No
Ah,
TVs. Nope. Yeah, I can't win them all.
nope, can't win them all. Matt was aware of this because I texted him about it, and so I've been finding ways to get back on the treadmill a little bit, and so I've been doing great. Like I've propped the iPad up on it, and I've watched a few podcasts and watched a few videos, watched a few live streams, and I thought to myself, I'm like, I wonder if I can get my gaming laptop wedged into the tablet holder, and then I could just plug my controller in and be able to play video games while I'm on the treadmill. Newsflash, it worked.
That's good. So you got a couple miles in?
Yeah. I ended up with about like 15 miles the first time I did it.
How long?
45 minutes.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting because it's not that I'm like on a race, like it's just at my own pace, and to find that I'm able to do 15 miles no problem while playing video games. I'd like to say I didn't touch grass because I was still inside, but I felt like I touched grass while playing video games.
April had a very good question that I would like to ask on the podcast.
Okay.
What video game were you playing?
I was playing Fortnite, actually.
Okay, that's what I assumed, which I
Yeah.
think is also, how'd you do? Because I feel like that's a tough game to play while, quote unquote, riding a bike.
Last game in the last 5 miles, I was top 10. I did not win any of these games. It was more just to pass the time, and obviously with the new season, it's still sweaty in the lobbies. But
I can confirm.
I was I was box fighting a few people on the treadmill. So, I was victorious once, the others not so much. It was a fun experience, and I did it again on Sunday. It was Saturday. I did it again on Sunday. Did another 15, and I think I found my way. Oh,
no, that's a great hack. They'll say video games isn't healthy. That seems healthy to me.
Yeah, it's very healthy.
Very healthy. For anyone wondering, hey, you guys really haven't streamed, and you didn't stream last week. Matt, what happened? Well, you see, you were supposed to play video games, and I was going to stream. And unfortunately, I closed my eyes for a couple minutes.
And Matt said, watch this magic trick.
Yep. And I fell asleep from 7 to 11.
I don't know how you did that.
That was a great nap.
I've
been really, really tired afterwards.
It cracked me up because usually on Thursdays, like Jen is very well aware that I'm like video gaming with you and Trent and Phil and the conglomerate or whenever. And so that Thursday she comes in, it's like 9 o'clock. She goes, you've been really quiet.
Are you that loud when you play video games?
I guess. Yeah, as I'm like yelling in the podcast mic. But I was like, I'm texting Matt, and I said it's very unlikely that Matt like doesn't text me back. Like usually he has like a good update, but I was like, he's not responding. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, am I taking a nap? And lo and behold, I found out Matt took a nap.
I was up at like 7:15, and April had left to go to best, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit down for just like 10 minutes. We'll get going. And then next thing I know, April's walking in the door. 11 o'clock, and ta-da.
Would have woken you up if I was there.
Yeah, no, yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I know you would have. That was Say What.
Well. What another wonderful episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Make sure you find all of our good stuff at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
What is your advice for the good people, the coworkers, the listeners of the viewers of the funny business world?
Yeah, my advice, I can't really go full on into the story that I have. I'll have
Full tilt.
an update next week. But when you are working with, I'll say, an outside party, whether it's like when you're applying for something, be attentive and be responsive. It's going to help out in the long run, whether that could be a job application. Like once you find out you're selected for something, don't just be like, all right, I'll get to you when I get to you. Like show some promptness in your responses and try to get things filled in time, because that does make a difference. And the other person on the other end does notice that, and they can help you out.
Because if you're attentive and they're not, they're the problem.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, you could set you above the rest of the competition just by sticking out a little bit.
I like it. Love it.
Thank you. Love you.
I love you. All right. And we love you all. And that concludes another episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.